I suppose ignorance is bliss, and none of us have a crystal ball. So my dad always instilled in us to have independence and to be self-sufficient. His mother died at a young age, and he always tried to guide us in the right direction, to say, life being life, expect the unexpected. So for my story, I had a marriage breakdown, and I was in the financial position to take over the mortgage and to look after my 4 children, who at that time was under 10 years old. And it was really just with the hope of never having to use it. It was a security blanket. It was to look after the kids. It was to look after the finances. It was like my plan B. I didn't have a partner to back up, so I knew I had to look after them myself. Well, in June 2019, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. As you can imagine, your life is turned upside down. You have anxiety, worry. You don't know what's going to happen into the future. You're worrying about your family, your friends. I was 2 years in and out of hospital. I had cancer, I had chemotherapy, radiation, 4 surgeries, and I ended up with pneumonia. So I'm coming out the other side now, and it's brilliant. And the security that I had through the finances was eased the burden for me. It was a very difficult time for family and all that. So the way I look on it, really, there's 3 kind of areas that you need to look after, particularly with when you're faced with a critical illness, because the emotional distraught itself is devastating. You have the surgeons, the doctors, the nurses that all look after the body. They try and keep you going to survive the illness, and to me they're the walking saints and angels on this earth, because I couldn't thank them enough. In the Mater Hospital, they've picked me up so many times. The second would be your family, friends, for the care and love and support, because they're constantly looking after you. You know, look, when you can't look after yourself, they're taking care of you, lifting you back up. And if they had a financial strain as well as the emotional, I think we all would have fell down, you know. And then the third would be Irish Life, which I'd call them the emotional bank, because people think if you look at it as if you're lodging money monthly into this emotional bank, and it's not wasted money, it's the security blanket. You think that, you know, you'll always have the security there in the event. If you never have to use it, you're the luckiest person in the world, and be really grateful for your health. In the event that you do have to need it and use it, what it does, it alleviates the financial pressure. It gives you time to focus on yourself, to get yourself better. It eases the burden from the family, because for that period of time, they're your carers, not only family, but your carers. So really, they're the 3 main areas that I'd say really focus in on. You know, you'd hope to God you'd never have to use it, but the importance of it, I can't stress it enough. Can't not stress it enough. The first person I contacted would have been Niall in Irish Life, who I dealt with originally. He's very professional, very caring, compassionate, very, very professional. He explained to me the process involved in the claim, that he'd look after as much correspondence as he could, that he didn't see any difficulties arising, and that's exactly what happened. It was very straightforward. I'd highly recommend Irish Life, the critical illness cover, to anybody out there, or to everybody out there. If I can get the message across to one person today, I'll have done my job. So, in hindsight, looking back, I made loads of mistakes. I've made loads, but there's one mistake that I didn't make, and that was taking out the critical illness cover.